Hey YouTube, how you doing? Kevin here. Well, I washed the motor down and I just got to clean up a few, detail it a little bit more, but all the inner parts are like in here where the oiler is, the carburetor area is clean. I got this rotating table here, doctor table, and got that pretty much all cleaned out inside there, so it looks all good. And so basically she's ready for covers and new gaskets. I got two new gaskets down here for the cover and the chain cover. All new Allen head bolts all the way around. I have a cover that fits over the top up here. It's a nice little green pop cover. And then this thing will be ready for paint. So I basically wanted to talk to you guys a little. I'm going to go over this the last time. I'm going to go over this with you guys and explain to everybody what I did, because I get a lot of I explain it as I go, but not complete with everything together. So let me get you guys up in here. So get you, there we go. Thing of beauty right there. Alright, so I get a lot of questions on what did I do to this motor that made this motor so special. Alright, so well, since we're over here, I'm going to talk about what I did to the carburetor to modify it. So your intake port is on the back. I bored out this hole, this diameter, using my carbide grinding bit. And then I polished it smooth with a piece of, what do you call it there, 320 sandpaper. And then I went out all the way up to a 600 and made it really nice and smooth for airflow. And then I deburred everything and made sure that the airflow can move smoothly. Ultrasonic cleaned it and then put a new carburetor kit into it. So it's got a new, what do you call it there, needle and seat in the carburetor. It's got the jet that I'm running in it now is a 107.5 main jet, and I think it's either a 15 or a 22 pilot jet. I don't remember. That will be in the carburetor video. I was going to do the 85.7, and then because of how I'm increasing airflow and I got a custom exhaust going on it, I actually think that the 107 is going to be too small. But that's what I'm running for a main jet right now. I have other jets that I might have to try to get the maximum power out of this motor. So I installed in the motor a Barnett clutch plates. It's the Kevlar kit, and it comes, and I bought new Barnett clutch springs, which are longer, all that. Everything is torqued down properly. So I replaced all the screws with Allen head. Even now, some of these didn't come in the kit. They basically, when you buy the kit, it comes with all your cover screws, your main cover screws, the inner and outers. The screws that I had to buy for my kit is I bought the Allen head for the carburetor. So I put an Allen head holding in the carburetor, so when I take the plug out, there's no screw, it's an Allen head, which was nice. I bought these two right here, and I bought the two for the oiler. I replaced those two. This one came in the kit. This one right here came in the kit, and the kit also came with a new drain plug, which is not an Allen head. It's just a regular conventional bolt, but it came with that and a copper washer. So that was pretty cool. I went with the fuel line that they use on the snow machines, and same with the oil line. I got rid of the manual choke, the pull choke, and it now has a cable. Everything's falling over here, and it's actually up on the handlebars for the choke, and that right there operates my choke. So I have that, all that, and then I wired it down through the, I don't know if you can see the spring, through the spring right here on the what do you call it, on the cables. So it's all into the same piece. So I did that. It's got a brand new clutch cable and kickstand cable. So it's got the clutch and kickstand cable. A lot of the stuff you can find new old stock. The kit came with brand new head bolts, head nuts, which were nice. and they are the lock nuts. They have a lock on the bottom of them. It's built into the nut. They're like serrated. I showed you them in there. So these are a little better than the factory head bolts, because the factory ones you have to retorque. So onto this side over here, I bought a, what do you call it there, a heavy duty one Allen head for the Kickstarter, not the Kickstarter, shifter. I replaced that one with a Allen head. I also did the neutral safety light, which takes the same screws as that clutch mechanism on the other side. So I basically just got 4 of those. And the only other screws the kit did not come with was these 2 on the end. Right there. Those 2 on the end, they weren't in the kit. They were close. They had some extras, but they weren't in it. And then what I did was I did one more thing I figured I'd do, just because it's how I am. I got these. These are longer bolts right here, and they go over the exhaust, on the exhaust studs. And there's a reason why I went with this. These are, you know, the 10 millimeters there, the M6s. The reason why I went with these is because when you tighten up the flange, the whole stud would be covered, so you're getting a better grip, and you think your exhaust is not going to come off more. I've had these things vibrate loose on me, especially when you're, you know, the vibration and stuff like that. I've also installed a high compression cylinder head. Installed a high compression cylinder head. I put electronic ignition on it, so it's got electronic mag. There's no more points in this motor. It's all electronic. And I installed a 16-tooth rear sprocket that's going to feed my 50-inch rear sprocket. So the front sprocket's a 16-tooth, the rear sprocket's a 50. And that's pretty much what I did for modifications to this 102 build. I just figured I'd show you guys that and go over everything I did. I also did an air filter modification. Let me go grab that air filter. I'll show you what I do with that. Alright, so the air filter, sorry about that. The air filter's been modified, and I'm also using the Allen head bolts on this, and for the mounting and for the clamp I took the screw out and replaced the screw with an Allen head. So you can see it's all kind of scratched up in there right now. It's not going to be, it's all going to be painted up in there. But I opened up the hole, so the hole used to stop right about there. I opened it up almost a finger length right straight across to get more airflow to the box, and then I opened up the bottom. I gotta clean it up. You're not going to see any of that scratchiness to it. It's going to be all nice and filed. And I opened up the air box. And that was the air filter modification I did. So, I gotta wash it all out because I got like metal shards in there. But that was the air filter modification. And that's going to allow more air to go to the air box. Another thing I did was, these bikes are common for having problems with the bottom filter. There's a filter up inside here where your carburetor is. Okay, there's a hole, and then there's a little hole off to the side. The little hole is for your gas drain for your carburetor bowl, and the big one is for anything that goes inside here. Well, I'm sealing up the system, so I blocked that big giant hole. There's no filter in there. It's simply just a plug, a rubber plug. And with that rubber plug right there, it's going to stop air from going in, water and crap to get inside here. Because typically that's what happens. You get water and stuff inside here, and it comes up most on these from the bottom up. So all the air has to come through the air filter box. No more air can come through the bottom, and that's one of the biggest problems with these things. They build up and build up and build up, and then all the crap gets in there. So that's plugged down bottom. That's blocked off. Only air can come in through the intake port up top on the motor, right through here, and then come down through here and into your carburetor and that's the only place air can get into. So that's pretty much it for my KE102 build. I'm going to throw the covers on it, and then it's going to be painted. Next time you see this motor, it'll be all done. I'm not going to be doing any more videos on the KE102 motor until it's last. All the modifications are done. You guys have been with me through all the videos, from clutch to carburetor mod to head, what do you call it there, and putting all the screws onto it. So this is pretty much it for the KE102 build. Next time you see it, it'll be jet black. These will be green, and where it says Kawasaki on the side covers, those right there will also be green. And then we'll do a break-in video on the motor. I'm gonna show you guys how to break in an engine, and I'm gonna show you guys how to what do you call it there, fine-tune it. So those are gonna be a couple of videos that are gonna be coming up on this motor, on this bike. This thing is really, really nice. I'm really, really liking it, and I can't wait for this thing. And oh yeah, and this cylinder is also bored out 20 over. I'm using a Wiseco piston. It's been bored out 20 over and re-Nicosol electrolysis coating. It is not sleeved, so it's going to have better cooling. So yeah, next time you see it, it's going to look like your typical KE100 motor. However, you guys know the truth, it's been modified. All the wiring's been done to accommodate the bike. So we're all set with all that. Everything tested out. All new Allen head bolts. I'm going to put all the covers on it. And these are all going to be painted black as well. So they're going to be there, but you're not going to really see them all that well. But they do look better than the screws. I really just don't like that screw look. Maybe it's just me, but I'd rather have the Allen head. It looks more pissed off, you know what I mean? So, and we got videos. We're still doing videos on the KE102 build. We're just not doing them on the motor because we're pretty much done the motor. So next time you see the motor, it'll be all black and you know, prettied up and painted. So, but we still have the rest of the expansion chamber to build. So we're working on that next. Going to get that done, and yeah, that's pretty much where we're at, guys. So this thing is coming along sweet, loving it. So that's it for the KE102 engine. Engine's built, complete. I got the covers, I got to throw them on. Then the next step is to clean it up a little bit more and detail it, and go from there. So thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe. Stay with me on this because there's going to be a lot more videos on the KE102. We got the bike on the first couple coats of paint. We got a clear coat, and then after we get the engine painted, we got to make the two together. So I got some sandblasting to do on some of the parts, the small parts, which are actually in that milk crate right there, right by the little house right there. I got a whole box of bad right there, a whole box of metal. So we have a lot of the kickstand, the what do you call it there, chain guard, the brake lever. That's all gonna be gone through and done. So we have a lot of painting to do. We have a lot of preparation to do. We have the wiring harness to clean up, and just a whole bunch of stuff. We got the nice tank that's got to be done, sandblasting done. And that's pretty much it for the KE102 for right now. We're going to be working on it throughout the winter, and hopefully by springtime we'll be on this bike. That's my goal. Springtime with this KE102 build, and I can't wait to show you guys. Then we're going to be doing a field trip coming up. So once this thing is done, we're going to take it to a dyno, which is a dynamometer, which basically the bike sits on these two big round wheels, and when you run the bike, you spin it up and everything else, you get to find out what the engine horsepower is in torque, and then we'll get the actual specs of what we're actually getting out of this thing for horsepower and torque. So that's pretty much it for me, guys. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.